Sorry for being late.
That's fine. Welcome. Happy you are here. Even late does not matter, but good to see you all.
Good to see you guys.
Going slow and sharing. Hi guys, those who are joining, say hello. And okay,
Good morning.
good morning, good morning. It's a slow start today. Here it is. I can see it. Good morning. Good. I'm just taking a pause so that we let people join. I think the festival mood is slowly kicking in and good. It's happening. 7 of us are here and up to you. It would be great. Today's session would be all about discussion. So good morning, Dharampalji. Good morning, Anandji.
Good
Ashmiji.
morning, sir. Good
Nimji.
morning.
Good morning. Good morning. So again, up to your comfort. If you are comfortable, please, show your video. Audio is definitely good. You can even use the chat windows, but video would be nice. Please settle down. Maybe I'll wait for another 30 seconds to 1 minute and then we'll start.
Kapil, you've already seen me, so
Yes. No force about that. Hello, Neelamji. How are you?
no surprises.
आप muted है लगता है. Okay. Good.
Good morning, ji. Haan ji.
Good morning. Good morning. आप कहाँ पे है? Which city?
I'm from Agra.
Agra. Oh, nice. Globally famous, so Taj Mahal. Good. I think और एक 10-15 सेकेंड वेट करते हैं या 20-30 seconds and we'll start. Okay, I think without further meeting, thank you all for joining. I can understand a bit lazy morning maybe and also festival moods. Yet you made it here is important and thanks for that. Good morning again. So today, I think you saw it was about a topic. I would say we run away from it. Sometimes we don't want to accept certain situations and also probably we don't discuss these topics much. So the question comes, or the way I would like to start is, why do we suffer? As you saw, whenever a particular thing goes wrong with us, okay, it could be health, physical, family, relationship, I feel that pain, I feel that problem. And basic question is, why me? Why me? Okay. Obviously we see people around maybe having a different life, better life, and unfortunately it's not the case with us. And I mean, at least that's what we feel at that moment. So the question is, why do we suffer? Any thoughts, any words, anything that pops up in your mind, please open up. Today's is all about discussion. Yes, Anandji. Yes.
I think fundamentally it's because of a lack of acceptance of the situation.
Good. It is lack of acceptance of the situation. Great. Very good point.
Or of myself, or of life, or of some other person.
Correct. Whatever is happening in life, it could be a specific person. He may be behaving in a certain way and we don't accept that thing, right?
Yeah.
And or whatever has happened. So we don't accept, yes, it has happened. Let it happen and move on, kind of thing. We sit and change it. We think why it is happening this way. We want to not accept and want a change in that, right? Good. Number one.
We want to play God.
Yes. We want to change it. Yeah. Good point. We want to play God. That's a very good sentence. Interesting topic coming here on God also. Maybe today's session would be a bit controversial also, where I may throw some funny things. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Anyone else?
I would say attachments.
Attachments. Yeah.
Even
Our last
attachment,
session was all about Vairagya and attachment, and you saw how important it is to be away from that. Yes, Sanjay ji.
even expectations.
Say again, even
Expectations.
expectations. Huh? We have a certain expectation, it is not met, and then obviously we feel the pain, we feel the suffering. Yeah.
Yeah, resistance to change.
Resistance to change. Very good point. Yeah. We want it, we think it's all permanent, you know. Today's session, I had a dilemma between doing a topic on impermanence and, you know, something like what you mentioned as resistance to change, or this particular suffering topic, and ended up taking this one. But yeah, we'll have many more sessions where I can cover that topic also.
We don't want to stretch beyond the comfort zone.
Correct. There is a certain, you know, loop in which we try to be there. Yeah. Anyone else? Dharampal ji, Neelam ji, Indu ji. If I missed any other names, yeah.
Many a time, yeah, can I talk? Yeah, can I
Yes,
say
yes,
something?
Dharampal ji. Yeah.
Hello. Many a time we love suffering. because
Very good
we,
point. Yes.
And all Indian ethos many a time at many places seems sufferers are worshipped as heroes.
Yes. Sad movies are more famous than, you know, happy movies,
Yeah.
actually. Sad ending movies, actually.
Yeah.
Very good. It's like
Yeah.
there's glory in being a martyr, you
So
know?
Correct. Martyr.
martyr, yeah, martyr is the right word.
Uh,
So sometimes have been picked up some wrong notions or wrong experiences that the suffering is a kind of you know heroism, that, as I say, yeah.
yes. देखो उसके
In
साथ
old
इतना
movies
बुरा
we
हो रहा
used
है,
to
and then
say
we are like, everybody
our
cries for
sympathy
that.
all,
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. In old movies there were always a triangular love movies, and our sympathy always went to suffer.
Yes. Very good points. Yeah. Good one.
So
Thank you.
Kapilji,
Yes.
Kapilji, I'd like to ask a question or think aloud
Throw
to
it. Yeah.
raise a distinction between pain, suffering, and grief.
Very good.
Okay?
Very good. Yes.
Because
That's good.
pain is something that happens to my body. Suppose I cut myself or I bruise myself or whatever, there could be physical pain, right? Now, whether I suffer due to that pain or not, maybe there I have a
Is
choice.
our choice. Yeah.
Yeah, and or suppose I lose a loved one, there will be pain, emotional pain that I lost a very close member of the family.
Correct.
But whether that will lead to grief or not is again a choice. Because if
Yes.
I'm able to look at it through the lens कि जो आते हैं वो जाते हैं, your due date is fixed, and जो भी due date आएगा, like passengers on a train, वो ticket खत्म हो गया validity, तो आदमी निकल गया.
Probably acceptance against. Good point. Yeah.
Again, it is acceptance. So suffering and pain are two different things, and
Yes.
one does not necessarily have to lead to the other.
Good. Yeah. I felt somebody else also unmuted. Was it Ashmi ji or who was it?
हाँ जी, नमस्ते कपिल जी।
Namaste.
मैं आजकल कुछ बुक्स पढ़ रही हूँ स्पिरिट वर्ल्ड की, तो वो तो उसमें तो ये लिखा होता है कि जो सोल्स हैं पहले से एग्रीमेंट करके आते हैं कि हमने सफर करके कुछ कार्मिक बैलेंस पूरा करना है या सफर करके कुछ लेसन्स भी सीखने हैं। जो मैं बुक्स पढ़ रही हूँ रॉबर्ट शॉर्ट्स की, स्पेशली लॉ ऑफ द स्पिरिट वर्ल्ड, तो उस रेफरेंस में किया जाए तो बाद में सोल भूल जाती है 2-4 साल में, जब तक बच्चा 5 साल का होता है, फिर भूल जाते हैं एग्रीमेंट करके आए, फिर सफरिंग होती है, तो फिर वो सफरिंग एंड पेन एंड डिप्रेशन एंड ये सब चीजों में चले जाते हैं, पर सोल के एग्रीमेंट्स भी होते हैं। आई डोंट नो, मेरे पास कोई प्रूफ नहीं है वैलिडेट करने का, पर ये ऐसा पढ़ा है मैंने।
Good point. Many theories going on this topic. So if you see this way, it is all planned. As simple as that, you know. इस जिंदगी में जाके ये सब हम will go through and come back. So In one way, that is true. But very good point. थोड़ा कर्मा से अलाइन लगता है, but फिर भी there is this logic of soul contract. क्या कह रहे थे आप? Sorry.
I was saying there could be another one also. Just like physical pain, someone could be, let's say, a group of people may sit and abuse you, and will suffer
Yes.
for that.
Yes,
I
yes,
mean,
yes.
I don't
Very
see
good
how
point.
you can avoid.
Yeah, yeah. Very good
Is
point.
that a choice or?
Yes, 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 yes. I'm coming to this specific point also, and a few others that you mentioned. And thank you for sharing. And this will continue. Please keep sharing. This session is about, this way of today's more of a discussion. Now, already we took this point, suffering or pain. And we already brought up this topic that disagreement to any situation is pain. Now, I agree, if it is a physical damage or somebody is hit, it's not about disagreement, but at least there is some damage and that creates a bit of physical pain. But at least if it is in the mind, if it is in the thoughts, if it is in the emotions, then it could be definitely this particular sentence that there is a disagreement. I don't agree with this particular topic. That fight is going on in my mind and there is a pain. It could be anything. It could be anything. Okay. The movie's topic came, the triangular affairs came, somebody living XYZ and going away. It creates a situation is in mind that why is this girl not mine? And she's going away kind of thing. I'm just citing an example, but it could be other way around also. So here it's happening in the mind. I accept, okay, she was there. Probably something else is happening, or she is not the way I want it to be. I want her to be with me always. That is not happening. Things move on. Okay. So disagreement to any situation is pain. One of the important, I would say, thoughts which already came into this discussion.
Kapilji, one connected thing here is especially when it is about a mental thing or somebody is kind of bothering me, then there is a question of judgment that I make about right, wrong.
Correct.
ये सही है, ये गलत है, नहीं होना चाहिए. Why should it happen? But it's happening.
Yes.
Whether I like it or not, because maybe my values are different, their values are different. For them, it's okay. For them, it's not. For me, it's not okay.
Yes.
So
Agreed.
values or judgment bhi aati hai. And we are
because
always,
we have set a benchmark. ये ऐसे ही होना चाहिए.
Expectation. Yes.
इसके ये छोड़ के कुछ भी दूसरा हो गया, then we are like, नहीं, ये गलत है. That's it. As simple as that, right? And good. Actually, ये बड़े स्लाइड्स है, theories है, वगैरह वगैरह है, but last 10 to 15 minutes we already summarized, ये चीजें क्यों होती है. So in one way we know the reasons of these situations, and let's understand it in a more organized way, and also not exactly how to overcome them, but thoda sa glimpse dete, because many other things which we need to understand to theoretically properly get out of it, but still understanding is important. And agar painful states ke bare mein dekhte hain, could be these are a few listed here. We say, anger aa raha hai, gussa aa raha hai, but actually wo hame hi dard kar raha hai. As simple as that. It is creating a pain in us. And sustained anger will definitely create suffering, what we already saw now. Chalega, gussa aane do. I know very interesting people who say, yes, 10 minutes back I was angry. That is the best state to have. Mujhe gussa aaya, 10 minute, 15 minute, chala gaya. Thank you. I understand why it came to me. I'm angry on this topic. Chalo, get lost. I'll not get into this topic again, kind of thing. And it's not running away from it, but whether that anger is serving any purpose is what we need to understand. Same goes with fear, envy, lust, disease. Definitely. Obviously physical hai, situation pata chal rahi hai. I know there are many other things to be understood, but thoda understanding karke, why did that disease come? What happened? A few more things could be dig deeper and we can understand it in a more comprehensive way. It could be a physical disability. I mean, it's both. It is a fact, agreeable, that we need to sympathize and empathize, but also a fact that there is a template. A human being should be with 2 legs, 2 hands, certain kind of brain working. At the age of 30, he should be able to do some things. At 50, he should be able to do some things, and it's not perfect life. We need to accept these ऊपर नीचे जो होते रहता है with different people. All are not same. greed, no doubt, infatuation, hate, unnecessary hate, okay, and physical injury, no doubt, as you were saying. Now let's keep this at the back of mind. ये सारे हो सकते हैं बोल के, let us be aware of it. Probably हमारे साथ हो रहा है तो we know कि okay, this could be one of the painful states, which is leading to a suffering. And again, sometimes I don't like using these big words like suffering, yeah, trauma, वगैरह, but let us keep it in a more softer way. And also lack of words, because English has only limited way in which it can express certain feelings. So today's topic, as we know what is happening, why do we suffer, basic reasons वगैरह already देख रहे हैं, but I want to highlight most of this theory is coming from Sankhya, in case you have heard of this particular philosophy. And in Sankhya it goes like there are karikas, just like verses or slokas. Here there are karikas. I think there are 77 or 78 karikas, and what we are discussing today is the first karika. We just start from there. That is the first karika. And I think most of you know my name. I'm Kapil Gaitonde, practicing as a holistic growth consultant. I've been practicing and doing all these different things. And today, again, it is all about yoga philosophy, Sankhya, Yoga Sutras. You'll hear a lot about them from here, and the same can be used for psychology. So one basic fact, yoga's, I would say, science or psychology or philosophy, yoga philosophy is more of a psychological text. Actually, it is talking all about the brain, how to understand it, how to change it, how to control it. So it's one of the biggest psychologies of India, actually. So today we are sticking to that philosophy part of it. We'll understand, how Sankhya has a bit of guidance on this. And in one way, it looks like the benchmark. Let's see why I'm saying that. So
Can I
any of
ask
these
some-
things?
can we
Yes,
interrupt?
go ahead. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just, when you say Samkhya, what about Advaita then? Are you against
There
that?
are many actually. You mean Advaita, this one, right? Texture, your scripture, you are talking about that?
No, the
Non-duality.
philosophy.
Non-duality.
Correct.
As against
Yes.
duality.
Yes. So in one way, Sankhya is more about dualistic nature. So definitely good point. Again, many are there. Some are accepted, some are not accepted, some have become famous. And out of them, what I understand is around 5 to 6 have become the top philosophical things, or they're called as Saddarshanas, which are driving, I would say, more of certain thinking in this part of the world. And of them, I'm sure yoga you heard of more from the asana perspective, but the driving factor, the philosophical factor behind yoga is actually Sankhya. It is another scripture. There are two different, I would say, gurus who have written it. One is Ishwar Krishna and then Kapil himself. So that, and then comes the Yoga Sutra of Patanjali. I'll not bore you with that history part of it, but you are right. So, by the way, I never mentioned this, but weekly I'll be conducting some, at least once a week, there will be, I would say it's absolutely free actually, one meditation session and one yogasana section where I combine and practice these things physically also. So if anybody is interested, please feel free to give me a nudge. I'll check if I can accommodate it in any of the groups. And of course, any of these things you feel you need any discussion, assistance from me, please feel free to reach out. So today you'll see suffering is in one way directly proportional to happiness, no doubt on that. So as I've been telling you, I've been talking and working on these three important pillars, and today's activity is going to help us to move towards a more happier state. And one of the sentences which I keep saying is, do anything or whatever we want to do, express, talk, build a relationship, do an activity, start a business. One basic question which we might want to ask ourselves is, am I happy? Okay. Of course, when I am happy, I'll obviously make others happy. So is this thing that I'm doing, is it going to, even a word that is going on from our mouth, just ask a simple question, am I happy about it? And if yes, all good, then just jump onto it. It is all about happiness. Then many things manifest from there. We obviously start vibrating at a different state with the happiness.
So,
Now,
Kapil, just one small thing.
yes,
I think here maybe we can distinguish between happiness and pleasure. Because,
yes, definitely. Yeah,
because if certain things may give me pleasure, but it may cause pain to somebody else.
correct,
So
correct.
there's
Very
not,
good.
so I can't,
No,
then
no,
I
no.
can't really say I'm happy. Momentarily, I feel pleasure,
No,
but that's not real happiness. Because
definitely.
like you rightly said,
Sustained long-term
correct,
happiness,
correct.
it is not about
Bilkul,
momentary thing. And
bilkul.
that's what it is coming here. Commonly known means to remove suffering are inadequate and temporary. तो ये sufferings है वो जो हमने सुने, and as I said, pleasure, many a times it could be many things. People say I eat a lot when I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
Right? That is a minor pleasure that we are getting. Okay, stress से अभी क्या करना है, चलो खाते.
Smoking,
And
drinking, whatever.
smoking, drinking, yes, definitely. Huh? So many small things which we do to come out temporary pain, pain or suffering may be long term, but we think okay, ये करने से मुझे अभी तो ठीक लग रहा है, बाद में का देख लेते हैं. थोड़ा इसका हायर लेवल इज डिप्रेशन ओरिएंटेड जो सिचुएशंस रहते हैं, या इवन साइकोलॉजिकल सिचुएशन जो हम डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, इवन फिजिकल सिचुएशंस एक्चुअली. Unfortunately, whatever medicines we take, momentarily ठीक होते हैं हम लोग, अरे पेन चला गया, but 4 hours, 5 hours, or a certain amount of time, it comes back. It is not permanent. It is visible. Not only that, it brings many side effects out of it. So expand होते जाता है. So we need to be careful about that. So we know, but unfortunately, our knowledge, our discretion, our understanding is not strong enough that we go to an activity which is a long-term thing which will help us going away from suffering and pain. So I would say it's not inadequate. So obviously we saw this question comes, why am I suffering? Why should I suffer? No doubt, एक तो why am I suffering? But मुझे suffer होना है क्या? That also we need to ask. One basic question, please ask yourself. What is the cause and justification of suffering? Now इसके लिए इंडिया में हमारे पास बहुत सारी reasons है. Am I right? What is the cause and justification of suffering? And we already heard a few things like, okay, one of the theories, thank you Ashmi ji for sharing that, so it could be a soul's plan, soul's contract. Anyone else? और क्या reasons देते हैं हम लोग, अरे इसके लिए, ये इसके वजह से suffering हो रहा है, अरे इसके वजह से हो रहा है, नहीं यही होगा.
See, in Buddhism, Buddha said that life is suffering. But that is looking, suppose you look at it from the context that, again, of Advaita, that we are actually one. And when we come down to earth, we are made to forget that. It's like a cosmic, veil is there, and there is a divine hypnosis. We're made to forget that we are one. And then we are separate. We're going separate, what you call Sankhya. And in that separation, we start comparing with each other. We start, I'm less, he's more, all that stuff, or he's different from me. Different means wrong, all that stuff. And then finally, so from oneness, we have come to separation, and then the rest of life is about getting back to that oneness, both conceptually and, in the heart.
Correct. But let's keep it simple. Okay. And now, thank you. I think इनका नाम भूल गया. Let me check again. Umaji has shared, one of the classic thing that is discussed is karma, right? So नहीं यार, पुराने जन्म में कुछ तो कर्म किए होंगे, उसी का भी हो रहा है यार. Even इस जन्म में, I might have done some mistakes, that's why I'm suffering now. Okay. And we are happy to take it, as we discussed initially. I think it was Dharamji who was sharing it, that we are happy to be in pain. अरे कर्मा होगा, चलो यार ले लेते हैं बोल के, it's something like that. But I'm not judging it, but let's understand this is one of the things which we satisfy ourselves with, justify ourselves with. Now, our ek chota sa, like we already again these points came up. Is our suffering related to someone or something else? Obviously, कुछ भी होता है तो one of the first things है किसके वजह से हुआ. ये सिचुएशन हो सकता है, पर्सन हो सकता है, शब्द हो सकते हैं, एनवायरमेंट हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है. बट फर्स्ट थिंग इज किसके वजह से. इज इट बिकॉज ऑफ सम एक्सीडेंट, बैड लक, डेस्टिनी. अभी यहाँ पे भगवान या कर्मा या मल्टीपल थिंग्स डाल देते हैं, सोल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स ऑल्सो, व्हाई वी केम टू दिस अर्थ, हु एम आई, व्हाई डिड आई कम, what is the purpose of my life, another common thing discussed these days, right? or the result of one's own actions. A final point, okay? Is it the result, whatever I'm facing now, it is a result of my own action, okay? That is what I would say could be the crux of understanding today, or something that you want to prick your brain कि जो भी हो रहा है इसके पीछे, is it a particular, जो भी अभी situation है, is it because of I did something, that is it, or I could have done something else, not only physically but inside the mind, inside the emotions. Let me get this. Okay, now comes the concept of, again, why is it happening? So here comes the concept again, driven from Sankhya, one of the versions of Sankhya, I would say. Does God exist? Does he have any role in our suffering? Any comments?
So here, sir, I think there's a question of, is there a punitive God or a benevolent God? Is
There it
God here
is.
to punish us, or is God somebody who is here for our own growth and evolution? So
Good point.
he's not an enemy, or he's not sitting like a judge waiting to rap us on the knuckles and say, "Tum galat kiya, abhi tum hell mein jao."
Correct, correct.
You
उसका
know,
काम तो वो नहीं है कि,
नहीं.
first of all, is he there, and is he there to make you suffer, is what we need to ask ourselves.
Yes.
Or is it a measure of डर, that ये नहीं किया तो ये होगा, kind of, ये किया तो
So ये
ऐसे
God
होगा.
fearing and God loving का सवाल आ गया. You
हाँ.
know, we always say God fearing,
Correct.
as if there is a need to fear. While
Correct.
God loving is actually what if we are part of God, then it's God loving. Why God
Precisely.
fearing?
Yes. And Umaji has a few nice points here in the text here. Why is it happening to me? What we discussed. Why am I suffering? Okay. Karma is one of the answers or discussions में आ सकता है. हाँ? I pray, but still denied many things. That is it. I pray, but still denied many things. This is an important aspect to be known. Now, see it in a different way. Abhi we give it to a higher authority, reality, God, or some other balance sheets like karma or contracts. Now, see it in a different way. Is suffering because of our own actions, our own thoughts, our own words and deeds? This is the biggest, I would say, slide or discussion or topic which you might want to remember. And every small thing that is happening in your life, probably thoda sa to iske bare mein thought dete, and I'll give you more content to put in that thought. Now, when again, Sankhya driven, definitely this one. And when we think about the pains, the way the pains come to us, as per this, it is divided into only 3 different parts. Nothing much, only 3 different raste hain. इन्हीं 3 रस्तों से हमें दर्द आता है या पेन आता है, which might end up into suffering. Nothing complex, very simple. 3 चीजें. First and foremost, आदि भौतिक. It says it as आदि भौतिक. It could be seen as the pain that we get from someone else. Okay, someone else, a living being, would be a better example. Okay, पत्थर ने मुझे मारा, ऐसे तो नहीं हो सकता है. Maybe मैंने जाके पत्थर को मारा, but and I got hurt myself. That's a different topic. But it is some living being who has hurt me. Gross pain. It is more of पता चलता है. Classic example is this nice photo here, caused by other living beings. Now the question comes is, can this pain be avoided? This is one of the pains that we get, but can this be avoided? Any words?
See, it
Gross
can't
pain
always
may be avoided sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
But
Somebody
nowadays
else was saying.
Nowadays you find somebody just coming to you in the middle of the road and hitting you and running away, or taking away your wallet or whatever, right? So I can't always avoid it. Suppose I'm walking, I'm not aware. I can't always be aware of somebody behind me who's out to, loot me or get me or something, and he wants to harm me. But it happens in the train also, that they hit you and then want you to drop your purse or wallet or something. Now, can you avoid it? You
There
can
it
take
is.
precautions.
Yeah, yeah.
In the train, sometimes you can't help but stand near the door because there's no place to sit.
Good point. Good point. And by the way, I'm not going to judge any of the things that you're saying or this one. I'm keeping the points here. So all for brainstorming and happy to feed in more thoughts into that. Anybody else? Somebody else was talking. I think please unmute us. Pain. There is some text from Umaji also. Pain given by others could be avoided by responding and reacting, but all this depends on the situation, not reacting. Very good. Okay. Pain given by others can be avoided by responding and reacting. Depends on the situation. Very good. Now I'll come to this because I am categorizing this into one more kind of, you'll see pain, but let's see how it goes. Anyone else would like to say anything? Okay. If we understand this, okay, as you said, train में जा रहा हूँ मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता हूँ वगैरह वगैरह, थोड़े safety measures ले सकते हैं. Why can't I keep the wallet at a different place? Is it possible to avoid that people know I have certain amount of money? और जो भी छोटा मोटा physical oriented things हैं, I believe there is certain amount of control in that, but I'll pause that discussion there. Now, just now, I think it was Umaji who has written a bit of text here on this topic. Pain given by others could be avoided by responding. एक तो I'm strong enough and physical हो सकता है, उसको छोड़ दीजिए. आजकल उतना नहीं होता, it is more of verbal. So responding and reacting, but all this depends on this situation, not reacting. So this is again a pain, somebody shouting at you and some argument is happening, I get into pain. Can this be categorized as a adhibautic pain? Somebody else going? Yes, go ahead.
It will be, yes.
It is? Okay. Depends on one's inner strength. Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else would like, can we say this is something that is coming from others to us? अरे उसने मेरे बॉस ने आज ये कर दिया, he is an idiot, argue कर रहा है unnecessary. I want to go and give him some strong words, fight it out. Obviously words say. So there is one answer which says yes, it can be adhibautic pain. Why not? Anyone else would like to say anything? Okay.
I think you guys yourselves are bosses,
Say again.
I think you guys are also bosses, everyone around here.
No. We don't force anything on you. But there are okay, there is some text here in the chat also, but there are deep-rooted pains like grief, very difficult to avoid. Yes. So here it comes. Okay. So then the second kind of pain which is coming to us, the second road, okay, it is called as adhyatmic. That is self-inflicted. Now, we took many things. Now, just now, we were talking about this specific previous image, jahan pe somebody is shouting at you, you need to argue with someone, and something going in that key of things, like किसी ने मेरे बारे में कुछ बोल दिया, किसी ने मेरे बारे में किसी और को कुछ बोल दिया, वो मैंने सुना, and those kind of things, and plus the chatter that is going on in my mind, many things. Okay, 70 to 80% of the things are actually created in our mind and not actually happening in the real world. I am thinking myself that ऐसे वहां होता होगा बोल के या उसके मन में ये हो रहा है या उसने ये सोचा होगा मेरे बारे में. So these are many interesting things which are going on only in our mind. सच्चाई में ऐसे कुछ नहीं रहता है. If you remove all those things, it all looks okay. वो आगे बंदा जब आता है, we feel as neutral as possible. Leaving that aside, the second road, the second way in which we afflict pain to ourselves is by what is called as adhyatmic. Now यहाँ पे this particular thing, okay, कोई और is saying some bad words against you, okay, or bad words is a simple sentence, I'll keep it that way, is a more of a adhyatmic. Let him say, he's saying many things, but who is allowing those words to penetrate within us, and do we have control to stop that penetration is what we need to look at. Is it possible? कोई भी कुछ भी बोलता है, मैं जाके घर में रोते बैठता हूँ, अरे उसने मुझे ऐसे बोला. I go home and get angry that why is that person behaving like this with me? Is that logical? So I know there is an absolute silence, kya bakwas kar raha hai kind of thing, but this is the second road through which the pains come to us, self-inflicted ones. And I would say majority of the pains that we are going through, sufferings we are going through, is because of this. Only starting में examples भी आ गए. Some people are happy to show that they are in pain to buy that continuous sympathy. आदत पड़ जाती है over a period of life. And some examples came of movie, initially the martyr movies or sad movies, also situations in life. Anybody would like to say anything on this topic?
Yeah, so again, this second one, what you're calling adhyatmic and self-inflicted. Suppose I lose my job.
Correct.
Right now, I can look at it through a different lens. I can either look at it like, oh, I am no good, or I am the victim and it was a conspiracy against me.
Yes.
Or I can say that, generally there's a recession and a lot of people are losing jobs and there are layoffs and I'm one of them. Now, instead of why me, I can say, okay, what can I do about it?
Very good.
I mean, every day when the courier rings the bell, I see people who could have maybe engineers or software consultants, if you look at them, they look very, very educated. And the way they speak, and they're couriers, because they're being practical and saying, okay, right now I don't have a job. Let me do something to earn and bring food on the table. So instead of sitting at home and getting depressed, they're going out and at least doing Swiggy or jo bhi uska kaam hai, wo kar raha hai.
Correct.
So yeah, so it is, in a way, it is my choice also. And how much I want to take it as कि अरे दुनिया मेरे को ये कर रही है, I am getting screwed by the universe, or can I say that चलो ठीक है ये हो गया, अभी मैं क्या कर सकता?
Yes, very good point. And I'll put all this in a single sentence. I'll come to that. But before that, anybody else would like to say anything on adhyatmic, self-inflicted pain? Good. So what, Sanju? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
There's a distinction between wants and needs.
Very good.
One lady said about prayer also. So I may pray for, I want a Mercedes, right? But my need is transportation. My need is not a Mercedes. So I may pray like hell and I won't get that Mercedes if it's not meant to be, right?
Very good.
But I can always take a Kali Pili or an auto and I can go from point A to point B.
Very good.
So need and want, similarly, even when something is self-inflicted, something happening to me from the outside or whatever, I have to see, do I have roti, kapda, makan, are my needs being met? So want and need में भी एक अंतर है जो हमको झांकना है, देखना है, and separate the two, because we want so many things that many of them are not our needs.
You brought a very good point. And that's what I wanted to say. If I summarize this into a very simple single line, if we have to be away from this pain, if we have to be away from this pain, then we need to be aware of our life goal, our life wish. हमारे जिंदगी का गोल क्या है? That is important. And अगर मैं इस तरह से बोल दूं, अभी you cited a very good example. My target is to reach from A to B. इसके लिए क्या चाहिए? I need to go comfortably. I need to go safely. As is said, चोरी बीरी ना हो जाए, I don't get injured, and it is a comfortable journey. Now I can have this even in a nice metro, a comfortable taxi, or it could be even in a Mercedes. Now, obviously, I see somebody else going in a Mercedes and then I feel sad, self-inflicted, I would say. One of the examples. It could be something else. Now, I think there was the other example of, in today's world, unfortunately, because of the situation, many have lost jobs. So instead of crying, people are saying, okay, my goal is to feed myself, probably feed my family also. Okay, I need this much amount of money. That is my goal. I have two options. मैं रोते बैठूं, मैं डिप्रेशन में जाऊं, मैं कुछ नहीं कर रहा, मेरा जॉब चला गया. Instead, I get out there, find a way to make that ample money to have this comfortable situation for me and my family. That is it. So what is the goal? The goal is that comfortable life. comfortable money. I'm not saying greed part of it, at least comfortable. Let us start with that. उसके बाद भी बहुत कुछ कर सकते हैं. And again, goals very high driven है, then it is both good and bad. So क्या होता है when we have that goal, okay, something goes wrong in life at this moment. Okay, I neglect it. I am going now to deliver a I'm using the example of a Zomato driver, maybe. Okay, I'm just using specific company name. I should not be. So he's going to deliver his pizza within 20 minutes. That is his goal. That is his target. अभी इस बंदे को रास्ते में कुछ छोटा मोटा ट्रैफिक स्नैग हो गया तो किसी के ऊपर गुस्सा होते नहीं बैठता है. He has no time to get angry on that other person. He will not waste his time for that purpose. वो उसको नेग्लेक्ट करता है और भागता है अपने काम की तरफ. इमेजिन ए वेरिएशन ऑफ दिस सिचुएशन. उसका वो गोल नहीं था वहां जाके 20 मिनट के अंदर पिज्जा देना है. अरे जिंदगी में कभी भी लाके पिज्जा दो चलेगा. देन ये बंदा क्या करता था, वहां रुक के वहां 10-12 गालियां मार के अगेन मे बी ही गेट इनटू ए फाइट आल्सो, ऑल खुद स्ट्रेस हो जाता था एंड देन ही वुड प्रोसीड. दिस इज वन ऑफ द सिंपल एग्जांपल्स ऑफ सेल्फ इन्फ्लिक्टेड आध्यात्मिक or what is called as आध्यात्मिक pain. So in short, again, one liner, that goal is important. So if we know what is the goal in our life, where we are heading to, then a छोटे मोटे आके, you know, like a big elephant walking, छोटे मोटे चीजें होते रहेंगी जिंदगी में. And I have my goal set. If that छोटे मोटे चीज is important, I give attention to that. Else let it be. वो चलता रहेगा जिंदगी में, ऐसे चलता रहता है. I am walking towards my goal. That is the ultimate purpose. Anybody would like to say anything? If not, I'm coming to one of the...
Sir, one last thing here. Even the
Yes.
goal,
Huh.
who decides whether it's realistic or not?
That's what I said, you know, goal can be very optimistic, okay, which
No,
can
it
lead
can
to...
even be a fantasy. It can be a fantasy. For example, as a life coach many years ago, I had one young fellow, and he said, I want to become Ambani. And his whole life situation was totally different. He did not have the qualities or the perseverance or the mindset to actually work and do anything. वो घर में बैठा था. He was complaining about his parents who were at least keeping him alive and feeding him. He was not doing anything, and he wants to be Ambani. So he's got a goal of being Ambani, which is ridiculous in his context because he is not doing anything about it.
Correct.
So,
and without saying, you know, talking about this particular person, again, I'll go to my Zomato driver, what I mentioned just now.
yes.
उसका गोल पिज्जा पहुंचाना था. Can he sit and complain? कि रास्ते पे ये झगड़ा चल रहा था. I had to argue with this person. Can he say that? He cannot. उसका जॉब चला जाएगा, right? So I agree this one, you know, कि अंबानी बनना है, good. Goal is very good. Nothing wrong. ओके अगर मेहनत करेगा तो एटलीस्ट उसका 10% तो बन जाएगा. बट दैट गोल इज इंपॉर्टेंट. अगर वो नहीं है तो वो भी नहीं बनेगा. मीनिंग ही विल नॉट इवन डू 10% ऑफ दैट. ही विल स्टिक विद हिज पेरेंट्स कंप्लेनिंग अबाउट देम. एग्रीड ऑन दैट. सो डेफिनेटली setting a bit higher goal and even achieving 10% of that is nothing wrong. But the point is this, direction to life. Okay, हमें कुछ तो एक उस तरह से direction चाहिए. Then only we will be away from this unwanted mental, I would say, adhyatmic pains is what the topic is about. Thank you for sharing. That's what it is. And the final topic, again, I need to surrender to this one, that is Adi Daivik. Now, here, of course, the Daivik word comes. Now, here we can put it into many different categorizations. Okay. Agreed. This is completely out of our control. It could be nature. It could be said as God. And again, here, karma ho sakta hai. We all had to go through this. It could be many things. एयरक्राफ्ट क्रैश हो सकती है, यहाँ साइक्लोन आ सकता है, बाढ़ आ सकती है, फॉरेस्ट फायर्स आर ए थिंग ऑफ सर्टेन कंट्रीज, यू नो, अर्थक्वेक्स डेफिनेटली, बहुत सारे सुनामीज. नाउअडेज सुनामीज हैज क्रिएटेड लॉट ऑफ हैवॉक, वी ऑल नो इट. बट द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज एग्रीड, दीज आर कंप्लीटली आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल. अगर कोई चीज हमारे हाथ से कंप्लीटली आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल है, then what's the point of worrying about it is the point. Let it happen. Somebody said about life and death. वो आएगा, हम एक दिन जाएंगे. What is the point in crying कि, you know, I am getting at 80s, someday I may go off. No, that's a cycle. वो चलते रहेगा. So I would say the point here comes to, are we or should we be worried about this particular pain? अरे दुनिया में इकोनॉमिक स्लो डाउन आ रहा है. Now I know this is human inflected. COVID, definitely COVID. Just now we cited the example. Can I sit and crib that COVID came and spoiled everything for me, my life, everything? Or should I take the next step and keep moving? So frankly, we go back to the second point here, which is adhyatmik. Huh? So I don't know. I would not say this is a summary here, and we are concluding our session here. Actually, this is not the summary, but actually, Pailaha was coming from human beings itself. Third one was ultra out of control. Most of the things are here, and this is my point, which I would like to highlight. Let us try to be aware of our goals. जो भी छोटे हो बड़े हो, and try to move towards that instead of getting diverted into any of these unwanted things, converting it into pain, problems, suffering, etc. With that, I'll take a pause here, and I think, yeah, I'll take a pause here. It's time up also. I know we started a few minutes late, seeing the attendees coming in, but I'll also use this session to open up for discussion. And किसी को कुछ पूछना है, बताना है, please do. I know a few controversial things came up. And also there is a chat message asking on my number. It is here in this slide. WhatsApp में है. If not, also you can, I'm in the WhatsApp group. My name is Kapil. Anybody would like to say their own? Already we discussed many topics, but और कुछ कहना चाहेंगे in terms of what I said is absolutely incorrect, something like that, or a different perspective of handling all this pain and suffering could be useful to every one of us. Please share.
Totally agree, sir, what you said. I have just one question here, that Adi Daivik, what you said is what insurance policy will call act of God.
Yes.
Right? Which is
Yes.
not expected and suddenly comes out of the
Yeah.
blue and nobody can do anything.
Yes.
One
Yeah.
more question, sir. What is the difference, according to you, between feelings and emotions? Is there a difference?
Feelings and emotions. Good question. Difference तो है. I'm thinking what is the best way I can put it. Definitely.
Emotion तो है energy in motion.
Correct.
Yeah, I was wondering whether feelings are more like the weather and emotions are more like the climate. So, the feelings may come and go. Right now, I may just feel something like a thought coming in, and if I let it go, it will pass ho jayega. Because like a cloud, it will just go. Like a train, it will pass.
Correct.
But emotions are more deep-rooted, like climate, which are more maybe enduring. And so when you're talking about goals,
I think are based on your inherent nature also.
Yeah, can I just finish? Can I just finish? May I just finish, please? So when we are saying that emotion, we are saying if I have a purpose, like you said, what is my goal? So that emotion would be connected to that goal, and it would also give me a certain kind of focus, and it will change my being, because I'm like grounded or focused on something more long term. But feeling is a very, very quick thing which I can leave it. I don't know. I'm yet in that.
मैं example सोच रहा था, but put it this way. Let us take one emotion. Emotion of love.
जी.
Emotion of hate.
Or anger. Let's say anger.
Anger. मेरे मन में गुस्सा है. That is an emotion. Okay, इसको रख लेते हैं. Now, can इस गुस्से को हम feel कर सकते हैं क्या? महसूस कर सकते हैं क्या?
Yes.
Right. So you see the difference here. So that is it. It is a definitely emotion is energy in motion, and प्यार तो है. When it is defined as a word, it is as we say, it is a feeling within us. It is a feeling within us. So पता नहीं, I don't have an exact specific answer, but emotion is more like a noun or specific चीज है, वो fixed चीज है, it is there, and feeling is something is happening. मुझे ऐसे लग रहा है, a touch आ रहा है. This is a feeling, and then that touch is giving a soothing,
like a sensation, like a bodily sensation.
One of it, like हम emotions के बारे में बात करें, so more of a subtle thing, not physical thing happening, गुस्सा क्यों आ रहा है, उस that feeling is getting created. So one is a static thing kind of thing, and that is creating a feeling. Good discussion, good point. उमा जी, आप कुछ कहना चाहते थे? हाँ, thank you आनंद जी.
Sorry, Uma ji.
No
Yeah.
problem, no problem. Was it Uma ji or someone else? I missed out.
I know, I was just saying the same thing.
Uh-huh.
That feeling is very temporary. At
Huh.
that moment, you're feeling that. I'm
Correct,
feeling
correct.
hot, I'm feeling cold, I'm feel like crying.
Yes.
But that's not going to stay.
Huh.
Depends on the intensity of that feeling.
Correct.
But emotion is arising from a much deeper situation that happens in your life. That emotion can stay.
Correct.
Or you can come back to that same situation again and again when it's given a trigger from outside.
There it is. Yeah.
Thank you, madam.
Good
Yes,
point.
It may just trigger that emotion,
yes.
you know.
Very good point. Yeah.
Self-pity. I mean, I feel that's an emotion. It's not a feeling.
Which one?
Self-pity would be an
Self-pity.
emotion.
Oh, yes. Very good. Thank you.
Because it's triggered. Somebody triggers, a grief can trigger that self-pity, and that is going to stay. It's not going to go. Thinking of, I'm feeling angry at that man, he spoke rudely to me. Tomorrow it may not be. It's gone.
That's it. Yeah.
But how about grief then? Grief.
Yeah, grief is an emotion. It's very deep-rooted.
Sustained.
Sustained. Right. Unless, like Kapil ji says, follow a lot of meditation and yoga and build your inner strength and know more about your life. I guess more about the soul's journey. And know that we are here not forever.
Beautiful.
Correct.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. Yes, got it. Yes.
Thank you. We'll happy to stick around for another 2-3 minutes.
We're all on the path, and it's such a lovely discussion, and really appreciate. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Umaji. Thank you. Good, you brought up that point. So as I said, this is the first Karika or the topic of Sankhya. If you find this interesting, happy to trigger many more such sessions on this topic. Thank you. We'll do that.
I find you interesting, period, whatever you talk.
Yeah. We love the way you take the.
Thank
so
you.
Please share your number. It's very hard to find on that WhatsApp group. We don't know, you can get lost.
I have put it in the chat window also.
Can you please? Thank you. Then you can put us on that group where you do meditation and yoga.
Happy to invite on that also.
Yeah, I would also like to join.
Sure. 10471. I have. So again, I said last time, but these are a few different topics. If you find any of this, can you do a session on this? Please tell me, because मुझे भी brainstorming रहता है कल क्या करूं, when this Alisha reaches us to me, अरे कल session लोगे क्या? So feel free to keep sharing. This would be interesting to discuss. Then happy to. And again, as you said, as you saw today also, I am trying to make it more discussion oriented than मैं आके यहाँ टक बात करके चले जाऊं.
I think that divine spiritual healing is a very good topic.
Good.